Ink. Hey, we're still in the morning. So, incredible morning. Actually, thought I was going to do afternoon, but decided to go on early and it's a little like weird time, but that's okay. Hold on. All right. So, incredible morning, everyone. Ooh, I forgot. I don't have my tripod in here. I just realized I never set up for TikTok because I don't have my tripod in here. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome in. As you come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. If you are working on something creative, let me know in the comments if you are working on something creative today. Working on orders, working on just improving your skills. If you guys aren't doing that, you really should take some time and dedicate some time to not working on orders, but just working on your skills. So whether you make something for yourself, if you have an event coming up and you can actually make the gift versus purchasing a gift, or just simply taking the time to play around in whatever graphic designing software you use, just learn a new tool, click on some stuff, mess up some stuff. It's not going to be perfect, but that's the best way to learn, is just to get in there, play around, move some things around, click on some buttons and see what happens, and write down what happens so that you will remember the next time you happen to need that. Okay. So hello, hello, hello. Incredible morning. I am Shakeya, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Silaholics Anonymous, where I teach you guys how to use Silhouette Studio. Have been doing that for the past 7 years, how to use it as a standalone graphic designing software. If you are a beginner, there's a lot of things that you can do in just Silhouette Studio, and you may not need to switch over to a more commercialized program to pay more for that one and then learn more. It might be a few things here and there that it would be beneficial to have those other programs, but you'll probably find that 83.65% of the things that you need for designing you can actually do in Silhouette Studio. And it is free. You don't need a machine. You just have to go to Silhouette America's website and download the software. We also are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand, where we carry sublimation ink, sublimation paper, pigment ink, heat tape, and other accessories. So check out our website, shop.hsink365.com. And last but not least, we are the owners of 365 Creative Academy, where I help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of ways, including our upcoming mini class on Photoshop on Monday and Tuesday. So if you did not hear about that, there should be an email going out to everyone that's on our email list. But we do have a mini kind of like class workshop on Monday and Tuesday, where we're going to get into, like, it's not the essentials, it's not learning Photoshop completely, but learning different tools and techniques that will help you in your designing. Some of the more important ones that most people need, like in conjunction with Silhouette Studio, things like photo editing, fading off pictures, doing layer styles and things like that. So we're going to dive into that Monday and Tuesday. There are 2 sessions each day, 12 noon and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're trying to figure out where you stand in reference to my time, I'm on the East Coast. Right now, it is 11:49. If you're watching this live, you're watching the playback for it, it can be it could be any time. But if you're watching it live right now, it is 11:49. So you can kind of figure out the time difference from where you are compared to where I'm at. And as I said, these sessions will take place at 12 noon and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on both days. Each session will be basically the same content from me. So you can attend one and not the other, because it's going to be the same from me. Only thing that might be different is questions that the other students may have, but it's going to be the exact same content. So you can choose which one you want to attend. Okay. So this is just Saturday school. This is still a Q&A. I don't really do, like, it's only every so often where I'll come on and I'll teach something like publicly. If you have taken any of my classes, be on the lookout for an email. If our email is going to your spam, you may want to go in there, look for an old email and make sure that we are going to your inbox. Or you can just go back to any course that you have taken on our Academy site. I've gotten a few of them in. Some of them are not quite in yet, but if you go back to any course, there's going to be a link for our student union. So I decided, like this one group that I had, which was for like my bachelor students, I wanted to really have a group without having to necessarily create another group, where all of the students who have taken any of my courses can kind of come and seek help from one another. If you have questions, because there are some classes that I have where, I can't create a group for every single course that I do. Like, let's say the foam board class, or just the foam board boxes or the foam board marquee and things like that, but they still have questions. So I wanted to create somewhere where you guys can still ask questions if you have any along the way. So it is the 365 Creative Academy Student Union, because, hey, we are an academy. So be on the lookout for the emails for that if you've ever taken any of our courses, or simply go into your dashboard and you will see a new listing that will give you the link and the passcode and the other information to get access to that group. That is also where periodically I will do exclusive Q&As and tutorials. If you're in the, I'm still debating what I'm gonna do about the one for the 30 days. I'm just gonna have all of you guys you have access to the student union, but I'm gonna shut that one down. But in the 30-day and the student union, I showed how I designed the posters that I did yesterday. If you did not see them, I will show them to you now. If you haven't seen those, if you haven't seen the post with it on there, let me pull this up. So that poster right there, those posters, I did show how I created it in Select Studio. So it's just a matter of pulling elements in from various places. I identified where I got all of the elements from and how to put it together. Now, I am also going to have this template in the vault. So this one, there is no template for it because it's just a picture on the bottom and it's just my fade bar. Like, there's really nothing extra to this one. But this one over here, you won't, of course, have the pictures. You'll have to watch that video to know, like, moving around the layers, but I will have this template available for purchase. You can use it for a poster. I also did a Tumblr version of it, so be on the lookout for that on the website as well as the template vault, okay? Oh, wow, watching from Germany. Well, hello. Thank you for watching all of them over there. I love the time that I spent in Germany. I was scheduled out. I was stationed. I said scheduled. I was stationed in Ramstein. All right. The same place you get access to all of my classes, Miss Gladys. Just go to the website, shop.hsink365.com, and you'll see that there. All of my classes are always posted on my website. You can go to either one. It's going to be the exact same information from me, exact same information. I'm using the exact same images, everything. Oh, yeah. So if you were on TikTok last night, you saw me actually mount it to the foam board. But as far as the designing, I did it in my group. All right, let's see. Incredible morning, incredible morning. Hello. I am also, of course, in Florida. I'm in South Florida in Miami Gardens. We're talking about whatever questions you have. Incredible morning. Thank you so very much. Good morning, Professor. I'm in DC watching you while enjoying my happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday, love. Hey, just say. All right, let's see. Incredible morning. Hey, hey, hey. Let's see. All right, let me see. I see some comments up here. Let's see if there are questions or let's see. Good morning. My Cricut red light air, aka died now, along with design functionality. I see why you recommend Silhouette Studio. Mrs. Honestly Speaking 365. Hi from Atlanta, Georgia. Yes. I mean, But the machine no longer works. I mean, there are people there, I think they're like cameos have gone out. I've never had anything happen with mine, but that's with all technology. But yes, I'm always going to recommend Silhouette. It has just been a blessing for my business and what I need to be able to do. Cricut just did not have, it just didn't do anything for me and like the large cutouts that I make, but you know, to each their own. But I love Silhouette because it really helped my business and it helped my hands because I used to hand cut everything that I did. Incredible Saturday, Professor. I'm working on pricing for new products and Christmas sets. Awesome. Awesome. Going to make 2 rhinestone shirts. I have, an order for. An order, Miss Cheryl. Ooh, look at you. Not just crafting. We have, we are monetizing our skills. I love to see it. And I want to check out Creative Spark and see what I can do with it in Silhouette Studio. Yeah, I've heard about that. I haven't looked into that yet over on Creative Fabrica. At some point here, I'll check that out. Incredible morning, watching from Michigan, trying to get back into the groove after losing my mother end of September. My condolences. I know that's pretty hard because I mean it's still hard on us from losing my grandmother in June. It's hard to be motivated. I took a whole month off, so give yourself some grace. If you're able to take the time off, at least if it's like from the creative side, whatever parts you can kind of free yourself of, because I literally took an entire month off. I couldn't function. Thank you for all of your lives lately. Glad to be a ray of sunshine. Let's see. Good, incredible morning. Hello. Thank you for watching from Alabama, from Houston, Texas. Hello, hello. Incredible morning to each and every one of you. All right. Okay. So question. Good morning. I have an Epson 7820 and would like to try and purchase your pigment ink. I'm afraid it won't work due to the non-refillable cartridges. I'm not sure what you mean by non-refillable cartridges. We have refillable cartridges for the 7820, 7840. The same. So you have to remember that the same thing that you use for sublimation is the exact same thing that you're going to use for it as a regular pigment ink printer. So we do have that on the site. You would just have, I don't think it's like, it may not be in a full-on bundle like the sublimation one because most people kind of come for sublimation. So we don't really have that one like set as a bundle, but it's actually the same exact price. So all you would need are the refillable cartridges, and then you would just simply buy the pigment ink. So those same refillable cartridges work for sublimation ink, pigment ink, and if you choose to use Eco Solvent, although I don't recommend using workforce printers for Eco Solvent, you can put whatever ink in those cartridges and change out the chips. Yep, going to get into business on a small scale. So we'll be chatting with you one-on-one at some point. Awesome. All right. I meant to come over here. I'm not going to bombard you guys in my regular Facebook groups with the @ every day, but I will send it out to, I just realized I never did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I already had 8. So I cannot do the student union because I already have 8. I actually meant to do student union instead of the 30-day, and I put the wrong group, but it's okay. Incredible morning. So I saw your question this morning. Let me go and find it. I think you put it in the Honestly Speaking group. So basically, I'm looking to possibly invest in another printing system. I'm torn between a laser white toner printer with a 1-2-step paper, DTF, or the Roland BN20A. I do not recommend the Roland BN20A. There's a lot of issues, especially with the media clamp. If you're going to get a Roland, if you want like a Roland BN20, just get the regular BN20. Is it a little bit more? Yes, but trust me, you won't have the issues that a lot of people run into with the A. I really think that there was something wrong with that batch and they're just kind of selling it, because I get a lot of people that end up inboxing me asking me if I have issues with my rolling with like the media clamps, because they're shifting, they're moving, and they get head strikes and they bend back. So the rolling is okay, but I would not recommend the A. I would say just invest a little bit more and get the actual rolling BN20, not the 20A. What are your thoughts? I know with the Rolling BN20, I can do stickers, banners, car decals, etc. But my hangup is weeding. I'm wanting to get away from a lot of weeding due to an arm injury. Weeding irritates it, but the possibilities of what I can do is with it, it's attractive. Let me know your thoughts. Let's see. I'm going to read what this one says. Let's just see. So this is something that will take a couple of weeks of research to learn about the pros and cons of each process and how it will fit your individual needs. Opinions on things like this is hard because the opinion will only be a reflection of the user. A person who can't make cut lines or learn design program will probably tell you to stay away from BN20, but someone proficient in Photoshop will say it's easy. Photoshop has no bearing on the BN20 though. A person with no comprehension of how a printer works will say stay away from DTF, but someone who understands the maintenance side of it will say it's easy and the best thing in the world. Someone who has trouble with white toners will say the marrying process is terrible and with a lot, it will waste a lot of costly material. When someone who has perfected it will say you just got to know what you're doing. All of these options have pros and cons, but only you will know what works best for you, which is more cost effective for you, which works for the space you have to work with. That is key right there. And also have to mull with decisions to make when it comes to those three. I can tell you how many groups I stalk, YouTube videos I watch, and articles I read before deciding what would be the best option for myself. But you didn't say what was your best. What did you end up with? But I'll kind of dive into that. A couple of points on there. Very much so true. It's really going to be about space. And like which size you're wanting. It's going to be about space that you have available in your work area. Like I like my BN20. I like my keyword is like. I don't love it. I really would like a larger format one, but we currently don't have the space. So for my large prints, I simply outsource them because we just don't have the space for it right now. And the biggest thing for me in wanting to get the larger rolling is the bi-directional printing. With the rolling BN20, it takes a really long time to print because it only prints in one direction. And like all of them, they go the full length of whatever the machine is. So if you have a 36 inch wide or I think it's like 50, 60, whatever. I forgot which one it is, but it's like, it's the big boy. It still goes the entire, even if your design is only like right here, it's still going to go the entire span, but it will print in both directions. So it takes less time to print. Whereas with the rolling BN20, it only prints in one direction. So it takes a long time. If you're looking for something to be efficient and like truly build a business off of, it will be kind of hard. Like if you're going to be content with staying small, the problem I find sometimes is we get these machines or like we get new things and we start to learn them and we want to grow too fast. We're afraid to turn away things that we're just not equipped to do, whether you have the equipment or the knowledge of how to outsource it. If you don't know how to outsource, if you don't have the equipment, sometimes it's not worth it to take on that stress. With the Roller BN20, when I did those posters that I did, some of you guys saw it on TikTok, I was explaining to them, it takes a really long time to print. It took 69 minutes to print two 18 by 24 inch prints. 69 minutes. So an hour and 9 minutes. Imagine if I had to do an entire team. I would tie that up. When I had to print these out for tablecloths, it took 6 hours. It was an hour per print. It would have taken 6 hours to print all of those. Actually, no, it would have taken, was it 6 hours? Yeah, they would have taken 6 hours. I had to do 6 sets of them. So it's not a fast printer by any stretch of the imagination. So if you're going and it's like you have to do a bunch of different transfers, you're tying yourself up, like you're tying the machine up for that time frame, so you would not be able to do anything else during that time frame. Now when we're doing things like little small stickers, it kind of works out, because it's like I said, it's going to print the entire thing. So if you have a bunch of smaller stickers, yes, you can get more stickers done in a shorter time if you're doing stickers. But for large items, when I'm doing big print and cuts, it takes a while. So for me, I don't necessarily use mine a lot of time, like for transfers. If it's something like a regular print, like I've done a few prints for people for yard signs. And I've done a lot of stuff for myself in my business where I'm going to, create larger print and cuts. I can just put them on foam board and cut them out. So it has taken away a lot of the work that I was doing simply with my Cameo machines, because with my Cameo machines, I had to split my images up into sections. Then I had to, cut each one out, and then I had to piece them together. I had to add the adhesive to the back. So it, for me, has make that part of my business a lot easier. So you really have to identify why you are getting the new machine. What purpose do you want it to serve in your business? Like she said, they all have different pros and cons. For me, for DTF, a lot of the newer printers, I'm sorry, not the newer printers, the cost-effective ones, where people are converting them, there is a lot of maintenance. And even I know maintenance. My Roland requires maintenance. I'm okay with printer maintenance. I don't like unnecessary printer maintenance. And because the print heads are not meant to really, push out that thicker ink. Your white ink is a thicker consistency than the others. It's not the really thin translucent. It's meant to be opaque. So it can settle, it can clog if you're not constantly pushing it through. That is an issue for the converted printers more so. Some of the larger printers still have that issue. Florida Flex here has the STS one, and they have even had issues where their white clogs and they've had to change out their print heads. So it's something that can be very time consuming and very costly. It doesn't matter if you have a knowledge of it or not. That is annoying when you have to stop production to work on it. There are some people where it's not as big of a deal because it doesn't slow down their entire business. They have other staffers where somebody else can work on that, or they might have the money to where they can have somebody to come in and work on it. When you have to be the one to go and do not just routine maintenance, but extensive maintenance, that slows you down from doing anything else when you are a 1 or 2 person operation. So for me, DTF is a turn off as far as the converted ones and doing all that. Like you have to do all this stuff to it. You have to get an extra program. And, it to me, it's just a bit much for the converted ones. There are a lot of now like ready-made DTF printers, roll to roll ones where you just do sheets. And then there's like the researching of, do you want the ones that's just a printer and you are going to hand shake your adhesive powder on it. So I know for you, you're saying like with your hands, you still have to kind of put it under. It's not like a lot of back and forth, but see, for me, for my wrist with taking that back and forth, I would probably be annoyed. And then you have to heat it up. If you don't have a convection oven or a conveyor belt or things like that, you have to kind of rig up your heat press. If you have a Hotronix or any type of swing away, these are great for it because you can adjust it to hover over the print so that it can cure. It is, a couple of minutes for it to cure. So it's by no means this super, super fast process. If you're going to put, some people put it inside of a convection oven. Well, what size are you printing? Does your convection oven fit, that 13 by 19 print? Or if you're wanting to do gang sheets or longer sheets, can a convection oven do that? And then other people will just get a small conveyor, infrared conveyor belt dryer. That's an additional cost. So those things you can have separate, or if you have the money, you can get the one that is connected. So like she said, there is a lot of like things that you have to weigh. So writing it down. If you are not writing it down, you're never going to figure out the pros and cons and what's going to work best for you. I just saw a video, Big Boy. I did not get to see it yet, but it came up across my YouTube, that Big Boy Prince that sells DTF ink for the converted printers. He was showing, I guess he has a video where on the title it says Christmas ornament with DTF. Most people traditionally will put it on some sort of fabric because that's what the adhesive is made for. So I'm not sure if there is now a hard surface adhesive powder. So it's going to be really interesting to see that video. You can definitely go check him out on YouTube, Big Boy Prince. And I haven't seen the video, so I don't know what the results are, but he had a video and it said Christmas ornaments with DTF. For a lot of people, like your post said, being able to be more versatile with the prints. With DTF, I've only seen it with fabrics. With a white toner printer, I mean, there's so many things that you can do. We're actually going to get a white toner and a DTG printer because they serve different purposes and we kind of want both. So with the white toner, you can, there is hard surface paper. And yes, there is a mirroring process and it's not a fast process either. For certain things, it can be, I think it's like, it's either 120 or 220 seconds. So it's not a fast process by any stretch of the imagination. So that is something, if you're looking for high productivity, that may not work for you because you do have to marry every single, well, I'm not going to say every part because there is some that's like a single part for certain hard surfaces and things like that. And then like the what's that thing called? The colored papers and stuff like that. So there are some one-step options, but for the most part, for like the full color, it is like a 2-part. And then you can put it on hard surfaces, put it on wood, put it on acrylic, and different things like that. So it is versatile in that sense, but it's not adhesive. Now you can print to sticker paper to have a sticker, but it's not a vinyl decal for cars. And then of course the Eco Solvent printer, you can do setups for t-shirts. You can do vinyl. You can do just regular prints, whether it's a decal, or if it's just like, just to put on foam board or coroplast for yard signs. You don't always have to, have it cut. It can just be a regular printer. And you can put that on hard surfaces as well as fabrics. Depending on which one you get, it's things like, maintenance. The Roland goes through a lot of maintenance cycles. Our last bit of ink, like the last set of ink we had, it went through it fairly quickly, in my opinion, because it's constantly doing. So we turn ours off and we turn it back on every so often so that it's not wasting a lot of ink doing unnecessary maintenance cycles. And I find that it's not a big deal to just simply turn it off. Some people would never turn theirs off. We turn ours off. Let's see. But yeah, it is a lot of things to weigh. You just have to know what it is that you want. So for me, my decision in wanting to get a DTG, not a DTF, although I will be able to do DTF prints because it'll have an anti-slip pad. So if I wanted to do them, it would just be transfers for me. I wouldn't be doing it to where I'm trying to create a transfer business because I can only print one transfer at a time. I would have to powder them myself, and then I would have to, cure them, one at a time. I have no desire to have a DTF transfer business. If I did them, it would simply be for me, not for, to do other things with it. So I want a DTG one because it's straight direct to garment. It would be a slightly faster process, and that is more so strictly for t-shirts and to be able to go on different ones. With the DTG though, you also have to have the space for a pre-treat if you want to have an automatic one, or if you're going to do a lot of manual labor. I don't want to do manual labor. There's a inexpensive way and a more expensive way for each one of these setups. But I wanted that one because we do fulfillment for different companies, and some need shorter runs. We normally order screen print transfers and we just press on demand, but sometimes we need to actually print on demand because of their volume. So we want to be able to have that option. And then the white toner is more so for like the event side part of it, where I work with a lot of event planners. So I want to be able to do acrylic signs. I want to be able to do wood signs or table letters and stuff like that. I personally do not plan to use my white toner for anything related to t-shirts. So I won't be doing the 2-part for it. Now, for cups, to be able to put them on colored cups and have it say bride, they have like metallic paper for hard surfaces, stuff like that. Yes, I will not be using my white toner for t-shirts at all. I have several other options for t-shirts, and white toner just isn't one that I want to do. So just really identifying what you want to use it for. So hopefully that helped. Yes, it's the group, it's the same group from the Facebook group from the program. I'm just making that one collective group. No, it's not on YouTube. It will be in the student union. If you've joined any of my programs, you can always just go to that course and the link will be there, but I will be sending out an email, but you can just go to the course. You actually might already be in it. It's a Silaholics group. It's a Silaholics thing. Now that's just 365 Creative Academy Student Union. Let's see. Good morning. Can you explain what the @ does? I'm not familiar with what it does. What do you mean the @ So the @ everyone? What do you mean the @? So if you mean the @ everyone, if you are an admin of a group, you can go and put @ everyone and it will simply tag everyone. So when they get it, it'll say to them, Shakeya Lavelle mentioned you in Honestly Speaking, Sublimation group, da da da. But when you go there, it won't be like, okay, I tagged you to say, hey, today is, da 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 da. It's just going to be everyone so that you know that that post is there. That's what the @ everyone is. Hey. Hola, hola. You mentioned outsourcing a lot. I know you have experience with that. Is it expensive to do that? I mean, to me, it's not. So this is how you have to think about outsourcing. When you're doing everything in-house yourself, it may seem as if you are saving money or you're able to profit more. But when you outsource, because you simply don't have the equipment to do it. If I wanted to do let's say I wanted to do it in-house, right? I don't have the capital to purchase a eco solvent printer. If I'm doing print and cuts, and I'm going to keep doing them on with my Epson printer and my Cameo. I can do that, but it's going to take up more time to be able to complete one job. Like if I really want something big, not only do I have to go in there in the design portion and split it up and figure out where I can split it at and try and rotate it to fit on my 11 by 17 paper, I then have to print out all of those sheets, put them on mats. If you only have one machine, that's going to take even longer. Luckily, I do have several machines, but I can put them on there. I'm going to cut them. Once they're all cut out, I still have to cut the backing because you can't simply just put them together. You have to have a backing. So I had to create a separate backing for them to go on that was all split up. I have to tape together the backing, and then I have to glue all of those pieces to the backing. A lot of steps, but I can do it. It's take up way more time, right? I might be saving a little bit on material, but I'm paying a lot more in time. The more time I spend on that one order, I can't move on to the next order that's actually going to make me more money. So when you outsource, think of it as having a department for your business. It's all about mindset. I don't really say consider it to be at this point, when I'm outsourcing, I say outsourcing to you guys, but it's that's my fulfillment department. So HS Ink prints, we could do screen printing because I'm going to send it out to my screen printing department, which will be 613 Originals or FM Expressions or Supercolor or TKO Sales. So that is my screen print department. And, however long my screen print department takes, I think oftentimes we think that if we have full control over it, we can do stuff like this. But like I said, Imagine if I had this print job going for 6 hours, another job come in, I still can't do it right away. But if I had places where I can outsource, they would never know that my printer was tied up because I can outsource it to someone else. Their prices are going to be what their prices are. You will basically just get paid for the work that you're doing. You're not doing the printing. It's not your vinyl. Or even if you had to use the vinyl, like if it was your vinyl, you still have to pay for the vinyl. You still have to pay for the ink. You would still be paying yourself for the work. You're not doing that work. So once you go, whatever their price is, hey, that's what it is. And then you put your fee on it for the little bit of work that you do. So you're still making money off of the work that you're actively doing. That is how you have to think of outsourcing. Once your business grows, outsourcing, it won't be you doing it. You're outsourcing it to your staff. So if you're trying to grow into a business, outsourcing definitely helps you with budgeting because you will plan for when you have to hire employees. Right now, it's all you doing it. But outsourcing is like having an employee for your business. And when you're budgeting and you have to pay their salary to do that work, you've already kind of figured that in if your desire is to scale, to grow and scale. But how expensive it is just depends on what it is that you're actually doing. You made a post the other day that listed wide format sublimation printers. I've searched, but I can't find it. Can you tag me? I probably cannot because I got 1,000,001 posts. But I have tons and tons and tons of videos on it. If you go to my website, under each one, it tells you like I list my websites, guys, my information. I normally give you everything that you need. And our website is actually very, very detailed. We're going to come over here. Let's go to the share screen. So let's say I'm going to go to home and I'm going to click on here. Even though it says sublimation, I mean, it's can be used for pigment ink. And right here, it tells you pretty much all the 252 printers. And it's going to tell you this, the max width of this is X, Y, and Z. Like all the printers are there. If you go to the one for EcoTank printers, now, the numbers for the smaller Epson printers have changed, but I kind of listed as many as I could. And then here, it'll tell you, only one I have to update is the 8550. I don't have that one on here, but they had the 7750. Max print size is 11 inches. For Epson EcoTanks, 15,000, 1600, 16650. Those are the wide format. The only one that's missing is the 8550, which I can fix that one like right now. Watch, I'm gonna change this in real time. Let's go here. Let's go to collections and let's go to which collection is that? EcoTank printers. 8550. Fill up here. Let's add 2400, 2800, 2800 series. So really any printers within that series that start with 2800, that start with 2400, that start with 2700. I'm actually going to take off all these right here. 2700 series. I love Shopify. I can literally change these on the fly. All right, boom, save. And we're going to see this change over here in real time. We're going to refresh and, oh, hold on. Give it a minute. Boom, there we go. 8550, 2400 series, 2800 series, 2700 series, 3700 series, 4700 series, and the 7700 printer. These are all 8.5. So all the printers are listed right here on our website for you. I think you said it before that if you have a laser printer, you can do toner transfers just on white substrates. Yes, if you have just a regular laser printer, yes, you can still buy the 2-part system and you can do the laser transfers and put it on a white shirt. That is correct. What is the best company to outsource for DTF? I cannot answer that. I really don't do DTF like that. For me, I'm going to go local. Like, there are a lot of people that I've seen on TikTok that does them, right? I'm not going to say that they're good or bad. I know one young lady, she's way off in California. I love watching her content, but I'm not going to pay for an additional shipping when I have a local company here. So what you're going to have to do is either do a search for places in your area, do a lot of social media searches, YouTube searches, and seeing what areas they're in. So in Florida, I use Florida Flex. I get a lot of supplies from them. So if I had to, I have not had to use DTF transfers at all yet, but my sister goes to them quite often. So for me, that's who I'm going to say. But where you are, that may not work for you because of like the shipping, because their turnaround times, I think, is like it requires 2 days. And then of course, it has to ship to you. If you can find someone that's closer to you, or like looking at whatever their turnaround time is. Some companies will say they do DTF transfers. They will say they do customs, but you don't know what their system is. Do they have 2 printers, 3 printers, 4 printers, 5 printers, 6 printers to where they can do a bunch of jobs? Or are they a company that's a startup and they only have a single printer? They're printing it out off of a single one. They have maybe a converted printer, but say they sell transfers and they're doing them one by one. So what is their turnaround time going to be for you if you need a bunch of them? If you need a lot of them, you want to look for places that have gang sheets. I know Erastus over at Garment Creations, I believe he's selling them now because he did a couple, he has done a couple like content with the transfers and talk about the gang sheet. I think his is like 14 inches wide, and you'll find some where they'll say that their gang sheets are 20 inches wide and a minimum of 36. Some people, it's like you have to set it up in 22 by 36 inch. Some will let you keep going and going and going and going. Some people want. So you just have to compile a list, get samples. A lot of them will have samples. That's the only way you're going to find what works best for you. This may be a crazy question, but if you want to make a QR code for Memorial Program, where do you actually store the program so that so you can make the QR code? Google Drive. I was about to say something else, but I think I've shared with you guys that. So I do mine on my Google Drive. Upcoming video for either the Ink Zone or the Student Union. Actually, I think I've actually done it there though. I think I did. I think the last time I did one, I did show in, I did the Ink Zone or one of the other groups. It's more about efficiency. Yes. Yes, but she wants to know where to put the program to be able to create that QR code. So for me, I have a Google Drive. I have a dedicated folder, and I take that folder and make the QR code so that it goes back to that. Correct. Working smarter, not harder. Exactly. And I'm so mad I did not get my, what's this thing called? My stand to go live on TikTok. I hate that you can't just do it from the computer also. All right, let me. Right, just give me a moment if you guys are posting other questions. So while I'm doing this, let's have a little commercial break. If you are just kind of jumping on, let me know if you are a first time watcher. If I happen to come across your timeline, if I happen to come up as a suggestion over on YouTube, let me know if this is your first time catching me live. If this is your first time just catching me live or the first time seeing this wonderful face ever. I am Shakeya, the professor of HSINK365 LLC. We are the parent company of Honestly Speaking. That's our product line that you can find at shop.hsink365.com. We carry the absolute best sublimation paper. It allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. So, as someone pointed out, it's about efficiency. Our product line is about efficiency and working smarter, not harder. So why would you want to have to press at a higher temp, which is going to make your light bill a little bit higher because it's taking more electricity to get up to 400 and maintain that 400. And then you have to press longer. When with our paper, you can press at lower temperatures, lower time. So if you have a heat press that's not quite efficient, guess what? Everyone that tells you you can't do sublimation because it doesn't get up to 385, 390, you can press with our paper at 350. That's actually where a lot of like sublimation can take place depending on the paper. So you can do 350 instead of 30 seconds, do it for like 45, 50, 55 seconds. You'll never go back to 60 unless you go and press at 325 degrees. This right here, actually, that's the wrong one. I don't want to tell a fib. This right here on this side was pressed at 365 degrees, 325 degrees for 55 seconds, 50 seconds. This side was pressed at 335 degrees for 40 seconds. So with our paper, it is definitely more about efficiency and it's a great price. And you don't have to use a lot of butcher paper, so you're going to save money on that. You don't have to use a lot of heat tape. You're saving money on that. You don't have to go through rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls of lint, like the lint brush, and getting all those replacements. So we're saving you money like all the way around. So it really is very efficient to switch over to the Honestly Speaking brand because it's also a really, really great price compared to some of the brands that you might currently be using. And all orders before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, get shipped out the same day. So we don't hold on to your orders. You can get them as fast as the shipping method that you choose. All right. So that's at shop.hsink365.com. We also have heat tape, and we have 1/2 inch up to 6 inches. It definitely comes in handy when you have the wider tapes for certain applications. And then, of course, Silhouettes Anonymous, where I teach you Silhouette Studio, how to design in it freely as a design software, how to design in it to be able to cut. I do a lot of print and cuts, and I get pretty good print and cuts. So as you can see from this one, I don't know where the actual print went, but there's not a lot of like the color left around it. Oh, it's right here on the floor. So I've done a lot of print and cuts in my day. So I do, help videos for print and cuts, for designing, for Jet Pro 3G, paper, stickers. I've done foam work and setting that up in Silhouette. So I am well versed in Silhouette Studio where I use it, and I've pushed it to the limit for a lot of different things. I mean, a lot of things. I mean, creating full on 3D structures by first creating a template in Silhouette Studio, creating amazing customized selfie frames by first creating it in Silhouette Studio. Once you understand the tools that I teach in my 30-day training, the possibilities are completely endless. I truly help you unlock your creativity within that software. I don't think there's too many people that use it like the way that I use Silhouette Studio. Like I've learned to work the heck out of that program. And I've been teaching you guys that for 7 years. You can catch up on all of my old content. Even the videos from version 3, there's a lot of valuable information about designing. All you have to simply know is where the subtract button is, where is the make compound path, where is grouping. So even though it's the older version, there's a lot of great lessons in those earlier videos. You just have to know where those tools are and listen to what I say as far as, okay, you're going to subtract, you're going to crop, you're going to make it a compound path. You're going to group. You're going to align to the left, align to the right. You're going to use your knife tool. Whatever I'm saying, you just have to find that tool on the new version, the new 4.3, 4.4, 4.5 version of Silhouette Studio, but you can still follow along with that. So if you're not able to attend and join any of my classes, check out my free content. The classes will be on sale for the holiday sale season. So be on the lookout for that in your emails and, of course, for my live videos. And all these classes are taught over on 365 Creative Academy, where we help you to unlock your creativity. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, let's see. All of that. Let's see how many questions we have over here. All right. Yes, show some love, hit the button. Hold on one second. Okay, so is the video where you created the poster in the student union I got on the live? Of course, all of my videos. When do I don't take videos away from y'all. So yes, it is, especially if it's in any of those, the playback is definitely going to be there. Yes, thank you for tagging Kimberly Michelle. That lets me know that you like my content. How are you, Kimberly? Is this your first time catching me live? And do you have a question for me? So in these sessions, I answer your questions. So school is in session. If you have questions about setting up your designs in Silhouette Studio, if for Sublimation or for Ego Solvent or any of those things, I'm here to help. So if this is your first time, let me know where you're watching from and if you have a help question for me. If you happen to be watching from a video that was shared and you posted a question and I have not seen it, I don't always get the comments if you're like just like you're commenting on a shared post. You have to click on the video itself to go to the actual source of the live video in order for me to see the comments on the on my StreamYard. Well, hello, Lakita Rucker. How are you? You are watching from Georgia. Thank you for watching from Georgia. Came across your YouTube video on sublimating sports tech shirts. Ordered some of your paper last week. Question: have you successfully sublimated on the light blue ST350 with your paper, or do I only use white? But I have sublimated 2 blue items. I wish I had it here. I don't think I do. I think I took that one home. In my sublimation seminar, I actually pressed to a blue pillowcase from the Dollar Tree. And so certain colors, of course, will come out certain ways. I don't think I have it here. Hold on. Let me go look real quick if it's in here. Actually, no, that wasn't in the summation seminar. That was in the oversized and tiling class. Okay, guess what? I have a blue microfiber towel here. So I'll show you what it's like to print on colored garments because my heat press is on. I got to print something out, though. I don't think I have anything printed out that I could press. All right. I know I just printed out. I mean, I just downloaded this, like, because I'm going to do a video. It's this cowgirl thing. So let me Western Girl Sublimation. I just got it from Creative Fabrica. So let's print that out and I'll just press it to this so you can see our paper working on blue. You have to remember with any type of sublimation, there is no white ink. So you're never going to get white. Anywhere there's white on your design will actually be the color of the garment or the fabric. And because ink is translucent, the blue will cause a tint on the print. All right. So let me just go ahead and get this downloaded and we'll go ahead and print that out and press it. Let's see. In your opinion, when doing a rhinestone design from an SVG, is it best to put a small offset on each piece to prevent overlapping? It's not necessarily an overlap because depending on like how it's set up, if you're doing internal pieces, it's not necessarily an overlap that will make a difference. Like an offset of one particular piece, you may have to do internal offsets. It just really depends on the design, but sometimes it is going to be better to push, like if you want to have a border around it, it is going to be better to push it out some way, whether you're going to do an offset of it before, you have to do the offset before you apply the stones, or you end up doing an internal. And sometimes you'll have to do a mixture of both. So it just really depends on the design. Watching from Atlanta, incredible afternoon. From Michigan, but now in Georgia. I'm fine. And you, I have a question. Do you design in Silhouette and then cut with Cricut? I don't use a Cricut at all. So I have shown videos on how you can design in Silhouette Studio and then cut with the Cricut, especially if it's just vinyl or just paper crafts and things like that. You'll just save it as an SVG. You can either get the business edition where you save as an SVG, or you can use Ideas Are Us to save as an SVG, but it cannot have any JPEG or PNG like type image in it. It has to be solid colors. I'm so grateful for finding you. I've learned so much, and you have kept me from making some major mistakes. That is always the goal. Like, man, I tell you, I'm very, very detailed. It doesn't work for a lot of people who kind of have a grasp of it, but I do what I do for those who really need those details to help them prevent making unnecessary mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes for you guys, and I've learned from them over the years. So I do my best to try and share that with you guys, whether it's through a free video or it's through a class, to help you prevent making unnecessary, costly mistakes. I just love your videos, Professor. Oh, thank you. If you join any class, so I will be sending out an email, or if you go to any course, if you've taken the 30-day course, there is now an additional group. So it's just any course that you've taken from me. Anybody that's ever taken any type of course from me, you will be able to be a part of the student union. And it's just a group. It's just a Facebook group where if you have questions, and things like that, it just makes it where you guys can ask those questions in one place instead of figuring out, do I have to post in this group? Do I have to post in that group? So if you've paid for any course, that's going to be probably the best place to post it, and tag me in it if you ever need my help. I have tons of videos using my Pigment ink printer and Jet Pro 3G. I think this one is from 2 years ago, but this video is definitely up there. And I have tons and tons and tons of videos using it and showing you guys how to use it. She says, this is very true, missing all of the mistakes. All right, let's go back over here. And we're going to drag and drop this here. I don't really like the color on this. Yeah. I'm gonna bump this color up a little bit here. All right, so yeah, they have a lot of, so I actually didn't realize they had like these like real cow pictures in here. It looks kind of weird to me now, but that's okay. I got it only because someone who's doing some Western stuff asked me about it. So I want to show how to take something like this and combine it with a cowhide or like an animal print background, like for a tumble. Like, it's really simple to do. So it's for an upcoming video, but I didn't realize it looked like this. So I'm just going to play around with the levels on this a little bit. Let's up my saturation on this. We still want to play around with the contrast. Yeah, let's just bump this up a little bit. Oh, no, I don't want that to be, no, I don't want it. I'm going to actually bring my brightness down some because, yeah, those cows look a little weird to me. Take my saturation up. We're going to apply that. And then I'm going to take my gamma. Okay. I like that one a whole lot better than how it was before. All right. So now I'm going to make a box that's 11.5 because I know my white towels are 11.5 inches wide. And we're going to put this here and blow it up. All right. I'm going to go to my 13 by 19 paper. And actually for the snack, because then I'll have to cover it up with butcher paper. Yeah. All right. That's fine. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to print this out twice. All right, so that's going to print out, and we're going to press it to a blue microfiber towel as well as a white one. I have Silhouette Studio Basic. How do I get the business edition? To get the business edition, you're going to head over to our website. There we go. And at the top where it says Silhouette Studio Business Edition Upgrade, you're going to click on that. It is going to take you over to Swing Design. It's a site. I mean, I don't own this site. It's an affiliate link. So when you use that link, I will receive a small commission, but it's no different in cost to you. It's just a way to support this channel and support me over here. So you click on that. It's going to take you over here. I've been trying to get it to where I can sell them on my site. Still waiting for that email back, but you can go over to Swing Design, and from the free version straight to business edition, it's actually on sale right now for $49.99. So for $50, you can go from the free version to the business edition. All right, give me one moment, please, while that's printing out. And feel free to still post your questions. I'll be back. I had to go get my tripod. I actually do want to show this part on. Oh man, it fell out again. This thing is starting to get on my nerves. I need to get regular screws for this. These little hex screws are driving me absolutely bonkers. Wrong one. It's this one. Is there a yearly fee? Nope. It is a one-time fee. You pay that $50 one time, and you have forever access to the business edition. All right. You are very welcome. All right, let me do this. It's printing out. let me make sure they can actually see, because this is pretty high. Actually, no, that's pretty good right there. Okay. Sublimation on color fabric. All right. So I'm actually going to use one of the towels I already have here that I don't need versus using. Ooh, child. My bad. I'm like all in y'all face on TikTok. I forgot y'all were there. Hello. How y'all doing? Okay. So I literally just went live. It hadn't gone live yet. I'm live. I literally just hit live. I literally just hit live. No, this particular one, it's too small for an iPad. So no, this is not a this is just a phone grip. Do I have one? Yes. Just go to our website and you're gonna find the link there. Or click the link in the description. There is a link to my Linktree and you'll find it there as well. But if you go to our website, just click on my link, it'll take you right to there. I use all Elgato things. So it's actually so this one is a table mount. I have a whole bunch of them. I have one here. I have this one. I have that one. I have the one there. There is one right there. And then I also have wall mounts that I have to put up, so I don't have to like clamp them. So I have some of everything you can think of. So yeah, it's called Elgato. I have all Elgato stuff. I have the camera that's right here is an Elgato camera as well. The ring light is Elgato. My key lights are Elgato. If you can't tell, I'm addicted to Elgato and I don't get paid by them. But yeah, so it is a table mount like this. So it has it and this extends up. So there's a short one, there's a long one, and then you can keep adding on flex arms so you can make it go out longer for a boom type setup. So I love Elgato. All right. So hello to everyone that's joining over on TikTok. I was already live over on Facebook and YouTube, but because someone asked about using sublimation on colored fabric, I figured I'd come live and show you guys. I'm just going to put it on this microfiber towel that I have. And it's, of course, the microfiber is polyester. This is one that's used. So it's going to have some imperfections in it because it's got stuff on it. I've actually used this one, but I'm still going to press to it for the sake of this demonstration. This is one of those quickie rags. All right. Let's switch you guys over to the Elgato face cam. All right. So I'm going to do it on the colored one first, which I don't think my paper is actually going to cover this whole thing. Yeah, so I could have actually just put it in the middle. Now, because my paper is not covering this entire surface, I am going to cover this up because I don't want it to mess up my platen. The threads on here can melt and can get on your platen. So I'm going to cover this up to make sure that does not happen. All right. But technically, you'll see with the white one, our paper does not require a cover sheet. Oh, forgot to check the pressure. And then for the white one, I'm just going to put it on this microfiber towel from, who these people call? Amazon. There is something on one side of this. I'm just going to press it to the other so that I'm not necessarily wasting another towel, because it's just for demo purposes only. So you can see the difference in the color. Correct. You cannot change the exact color. You can only kind of get certain shades of color. So I'm not going to show this to you just yet. We're going to put this over yonder. Ew, you can tell that was used. And we're going to let that one go for 30 seconds. Should I get a silhouette cameo instead of a Cricut if I want to do large format? Yes, that is true. You cannot do large format print and cuts with a Cricut. Now, if you're just doing larger regular cuts, like from paper or vinyl, you can use a Cricut. But for print and cuts, yes, you will have to use a cameo. Do you want to see blue first or white first? Oh, wait, I didn't turn the light on over here. Blue first or white first? Let me see some hearts over on TikTok. Show some love. Go ahead, double tap that screen. And let me know if you want to see blue first or white first. Double tap the screen. Show some love. All right, I see one vote for white. Go ahead, drop some hearts. Okay, y'all don't want to show no love on TikTok. All right, y'all won't get to see the results. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Y'all don't want to throw no likes. Y'all showing no love. That means I can go ahead and end the live. I came over here specifically for y'all to show y'all this, and we get no love. Blue, thanks for the quick demo. I plan to run sample test this weekend. What pressure did you use? Hopefully I can dial in the right time, temper pressure settings to make this money, honey. I use, I'm not sure. Do you use a Hotronics as well? My TikTok is Shakeya the Professor 365. Shakeya, Shakeya, the Professor 365. All right, so we have a vote for white, blue. Hello, Hans. How are you, Blended Impressions? What am I working on? Someone over on, I'm actually live right now on my TikTok. This is TikTok. I'm actually live over on my Facebook and YouTube. And someone who recently got our sublimation paper wanted, I guess he has to do some blue shirts, some blue polyester shirts. So he had a question about, had I ever put it on one of the blue sports tech shirts? I have not. But I have subbed 2 blue items before, such as the blue pillowcase from Dollar Tree. Well, it just so happened that I had a blue microfiber towel. So we're going to get to see the differences between pressing to a colored substrate, such as this blue, and white, okay? So with my Hotronix, I pretty much do all my sublimation at like basically about 1 for the most part. It really depends on what it is, but like for shirts and fabrics and stuff like that, I use a pressure of 1. All right. So I see some blue. I think we have more blue than we do white. All right. So for blue, it doesn't change what's left on here. So this is the one for blue, which I'm going to come back over here to you guys in a moment. This is the one for the white. This is the blue. This is from the white rag, okay? This is from the blue. This is from the white. That part does not change, okay? As you can see here, for you guys over there, you see the print. So because I had something on the other side, oh, y'all get to see that right there. You do want to make sure that you have something protecting it, because every time it heats up, that gas will gas off. All right, so let everyone see it one time. That's the blue. So since the question was asked over here, this is it on blue. So where that cowhide is, it's not showing white, it's showing the blue. Well, it actually has a look. They actually used a little bit of gray on it, so you do see the gray, but it's not like a full on gray. But like in here, it's the straight blue. So here is the blue one. Yes, the rag is dirty because it was a used one. I just wanted it because it was blue. I upped the cut. Oh, you know what? I should do one without my adjustments. So I'll do that as an exclusive video in one of my groups to show that y'all saw in the beginning. So if you watch the playback, I did adjustments to the color on this to really bump up that color. If I just did the original one, it wouldn't show the same. So there's the blue. I'm going to put that right there. And then here's the white. So you can see the fact that there should be white, like at the top of the L. It's kind of grayish, but kind of white. But inside the G, that should be white. And they're going to try and show them side by side. So let's first take a look at the Western, so the teal color, and the differences with that. So on the blue, it's going to look a little bit darker because the blue underneath is changing the tone. And on the white one, it's brighter. So the top one appears to be slightly darker because ink is translucent. Ink is translucent. So the bottom color is going to affect the final outcome. All right. Now let's move this down. Try and get the whole top half of this. Because I really want you to see the cow. See if I can get this. So you see how dark the cow looks, and even like the G. It's not bad looking on blue. Blues, pinks. Now reds, you won't see any of these colors with reds. I went over this and I did a lot of examples of this in my Sublimation for Beginners seminar, my 6-day seminar. We saw what things look like on reds and orange and white and different colors like that. I highly recommend that you take color charts and you press them to colored felt sheets so that you can see how your colors will come out on different color fabrics. So wait a minute, that way. See the differences in those tones from the white to the blue? So that's what happens when you do colored fabric. All right. Any questions? What time is it? 1:11. I have to be out of here. We are going out to the movies. So I have to be out of here no later than 2 so I can go change, because we're leaving at, I think, 3 to go to Wakanda Forever. Gotta love that paper. I know that's right. So if you're watching over on TikTok and wondering what I use for this and how in the world was I able to get such vibrant colors, I did not use 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I'm going to switch you guys back over to this camera. All right, and we're gonna move y'all back because y'all all up in my grill. There we go. So if you're wondering how I was able to get such vibrant colors, I pressed these at 365 degrees for just 30 seconds. 365 degrees, 30 seconds is what this was pressed at. And look at the saturation on that. I use Honestly Speaking sublimation paper and ink, of course. However, our sublimation paper works with any inks. Our inks work with any sublimation paper. But if you're going to get our inks, why would you ever use anybody else's sublimation paper? I understand if you have an eco tank, it's already filled with somebody else's ink, fine, get it. But our paper works with any ink. Our ink works with any paper. But if you have our ink and you're not using our paper, you are doing yourself a disservice, because the combination is absolutely amazing. And being able to get those colors. Now, the color output is only, I'm not going to say guaranteed, but it's formulated. I don't care whose ink it is. It is formulated for workforce printers because of the type of ink. So I'm not going to ever say that you don't need a color profile when you're using an EcoTank printer, because those use dye inks. Technically, there's really no surefire color profile for it because it just uses a different type of ink. You can play around with your settings, and that's really it. But no one can ever say like you don't need, it's no color profile for EcoTank printers, because that's just not true. It uses a different type of ink. So like your grays and things printing from my workforce, I'm going to get great grays. Your grays may come out brownish or purplish, depending on which ink you're using, if you're using an EcoTank printer, because it's just not made for sublimation ink, like the color profile of it and the way the inks are made. But with our paper, you can print with plain paper, bright white. I don't use premium matte. I use plain paper, bright white setting, and I press for 365 degrees, 30 seconds, and the colors are absolutely gorgeous. Yes, this is sublimation. I just started doing that. Would love help on color. What do you mean? What do you mean you would love help on color? What's your question about doing it on color? But yes, this is sublimation. When you print sublimation images, does it come just the image? I'm not sure what you mean by that. When you print sublimation image, does it come just the image? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you clarify that a little bit for me? She said, don't play yourself. Get the paper. It's the bomb. Or get the bomb paper. Nah, you need both. I had your ink, 2 different papers, and you can clearly see the difference. Need to post that video. That's not me saying it. That's someone else saying that you need the combo. I would love to use all the ink in my printer before. Would I have to use all the ink in my printer before adding yours? So technically, no. But if it is a different type of ink, you might be using ink that's the same thing, like that's the same type of ink, like Honestly Speaking. None of us who sell ink is creating it in a factory or bathrooms. We are all pretty much ordering it from distributors and manufacturers overseas. So the next company, Pink Giraffe, may have the same exact ink as Honestly Speaking. So I'm not going to say that you can't necessarily mix it. What I will say is if like the colors are drastically different, especially for the yellows, you're going to see a difference. For blacks, I'm going to tell you right now, even if you do nothing else, get Honestly Speaking black. If you have a bunch of the other ink still, you're like, if your ink looks brown, like rusty brown in the bottle, go run and get you some Honestly Speaking black ink. Even if you just mix part of it in there, you will see a difference in your blacks. So I even did a video where I did half and half of an old ink and our ink, and you can just see the color pop difference in the two different inks. But if you mix them, I recommend that you do not do it in the middle of a print job, because you're going to see the differences in the ink. So you want to either complete a job before you mix the inks, or mix the inks first, do a couple of either purge prints or like prints that like just random prints. And then if you have a job that have like a bunch of the same print, then print them, because if not, you will see the difference. Because you have to remember, especially in an EcoTank printer, the line still has the lines, and that little reservoir on the inside still has a lot of the old ink. So although you put it in the tank, it is not immediately mixing in that ink that's coming out. So you will need to either purge the lines or print some prints that really don't matter, like they're not the same. If you have a workforce printer, you just want to make sure that you prime it so that that ink mixes inside the middle part. Because if that middle part only has the old ink and not a mixture of the mixed ink, you're going to see the differences in colors as you continue to print. My daughter got an Epson EcoTank 4800. Very scary to very scared to use. Why are you scared to use it? Talk to me. Maybe I can help you get past that. And today we will begin printing and sublimating. Talk to me about this fear you have, or why you're scared to set it up. Loving your new studio. Yes, I am. And thank you. I use both EcoTank and Workforce sublimation printers, and HS ink and paper work great in both. Don't be scared to use it with EcoTanks. Just the image, not the whole image, with the rest of it white. Yes. So if your design page, like that's how this was. Let me kind of turn this around. Well, let me just go back over here. So see how this is? The only thing that's going to print is where there's color. Now, if it happens, like this is a PNG, so it is completely transparent back there. If it had a background and that background was not a true pure white, you will see that because some level of color will end up printing in that area, and you will actually see that if it's not a true pure white. So you want to either remove the background to ensure that it doesn't print, because there's no white ink. White never prints. Thank you. I have an EcoTank 15,000. Yes, so just the image you print will print. But if it has color behind it, or if it's like a JPEG and it's white, you may, like if you're not sure, like if it's a true white, if it was a picture that wasn't a high resolution, sometimes when those pixels blur out, or like, it gets kind of distorted, it can cause it to not be a pure white. And then sometimes it's just simply saved that way. So you would want to remove the background on it. Don't know what type of ink and paper? Well, Hans, you are in the right place. What you want to do is go over to our website, shop.hsink365.com. If you want to just simply try it out, you can get a sample pack. Most people tell you you're going to be you're going to be mad at yourself if you only get a sample pack. It's 20 sheets, but you definitely can get that to try it out. So on our website, we have a couple different bundles that might work for you. I'm going to try to turn y'all around over on TikTok, but I have to lower y'all first. Oh, wait, I'm going the wrong way. Well, dang. Why are you not going down? Oh, there it is. Ha ha. Okay, so on our site, there's a couple different things that you can get. So with you having an EcoTank printer, you're going to come right here to the all EcoTank printers. All of our inks are the same. They're all keyed for EcoTank printers, but this just kind of, you don't get confused with like the syringes and needles. Hey, do I need this? No, you don't. So we have a paper ink tape bundle because you don't require syringes or needles or anything like that. You can simply get the paper ink tape bundle. So you're going to get your ink, your paper, and you'll get heat tape. So there's a couple different ways that it is set up. We have a large, for small format printers, you're going to get, let's click on read more. For the small format, you're going to get a pack of 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, a set of Sublimation ink. And now, I have to take that off. We don't have any more Formula B, I don't think, do we? I think do we have both still? Or is it all, I think it might all be signature now. I might have to change that because we only had that for a short period of time. It's pretty much the same. It was just slightly different. But you'll get the, for like the full set of ink, and then you're going to get a 1/2 inch tape and a 1 inch tape. If you get the large format setup, it is for 11 by 17 and 13 by 19, a set of ink and a 1/2 inch tape and a 1 inch tape. If you want the ultimate, because you basically have a large format printer, but you want all of them, you would get one pack of each size of paper, the ink, and the heat tape. All right. So that's the paper, ink, and tape bundle. And then there is an option for small format, large format, ultimate. And then if you're going to get the 6 color for the Epson 8550, because you have to have the gray and an additional black. There is no such thing as photo black. You will get 2 black inks. Our ink is what others have been, what we have now is what the new age folks are saying, it's photo black. We've had it since the beginning. Black ink is black ink for sublimation. There is no such thing as photo black sublimation ink. So if you have the 8550, you're going to get 2 bottles of the of the ink. You can pour them, like take 1 bottle and pour it in the regular black slot and the photo black spot, and then you'll just have this extra one. And then it'll take half of each of these bottles because they are 140 milliliter. So you get 2 full refills with our ink bottles. So you can get that. Or you can just get it all separate. If you don't want tape, you can just get the ink. You can get just the paper. We don't have any rolls in stock right now, but they're coming back. You can get tacky paper. That bundle is only for the fast dry. It's not for tacky because we're on short supply for the tacky, so it's not included in the paper ink tape bundle. And then there is the tape, and we highly recommend getting the color chart. If you do a lot of skin tone things and you're filling in skin tones, you may want to get the skin tone chart, print it, and press it. But this is all you would need for your EcoTank printer. So everything you need is all under this one collection. And I have and I tell you, like, it can seem like information overload. And I'm going to probably do like a crash sublimation one. I did a full on sublimation seminar. And I went through common mistakes that we go through, especially when you're starting. I break down everything about the printers. Why would you get certain colors from this one, certain ones from this type of printer? Can you adjust it? How to fill your things in with color? How to size it? Like I said, we go over common mistakes. We go over heat presses and heat sources, how to determine like either your first heat press or your next heat press, as far as features on it and like, how that determines the cost of it. So we went through all of that in the sublimation seminar. We did understanding your substrate. So just breaking them down and the different poly counts to it, how you would press it, the different colors, how certain substrates and how they're made, how the color is going to affect it, knowing when you need more pressure, when you don't. And then we spent day 6. I pressed so many different things on day 6. We also practice on doing sublimation tumblers and getting a good seam. So I gave you guys a technique that they just kind of had. We did 2 in the class, and they just had to keep practicing it to practice getting good seams and prevent the ghosting. So we went over that as well. So that is a lot of information. If I'm going to give you a little, if you don't need the information like right now, our classes will be on sale for the holiday sale season. So you may want to check that out. Then certain classes, this is a newer one, so it won't be like the full, like the biggest discount. Some of our older classes will have a bigger discount than our newer classes, but there will be small discounts on some of the classes come the holiday sales week. Okay. But this breaks down everything. But I've realized that some people kind of already have their printer. They don't really need everything. This is from a true beginner standpoint, like understanding exactly what sublimation is, what you can sublimate to, what you can't sublimate to, all of the different fibers that most people don't talk about that you can actually sub to. What happens when it's colored? What are your options for that sublimation to glitter, glow in the dark, easy subli, breaking all of that down. So this is truly great for those who are brand spanking new. You're getting a lot of mixed information. Every time I hear someone say or ask, why I can't sub to black, I just want to just shoot them the link, because obviously, as much as people say that everything is available on YouTube, I mean, if they found the group, they've done some sort of research. Certain things, you just like finding it. Sometimes it's hard for someone to go find the right videos. If you're brand new, you don't know what to search to get those answers. So that's where my classes come in at. If you're having a hard time, really getting the right searches in, I'm putting all of it in one nice, easy to find package for you. And that's pretty much with all of my classes. So this is going, like I said, everything from what sublimation is, how it works, understanding the heat, literally everything is in this 6-day seminar. But I will be doing one to where, okay, hey, I already have my printer. I already have paper and ink. I have a few substrates. I'm just stuck on maybe like figuring out about sizing. So I can kind of really break that down. So we're going to focus on setting your files up, sizing them. Although I don't use Canva in that one, I'm going to go a little bit over, like, if you don't want to use Silhouette Studio, you prefer to use Canva because it has so many elements, how to properly go from Canva to Silhouette Studio to print, or to any software to print. So I am going to do like a crash course or like a jump start, a Kickstarter class for sublimation to go over all those things. But we also did go over design softwares. I broke down on what's the difference. What is the difference in you using Photoshop versus using Silhouette versus using Cricut versus using Word or even using Canva. So you get an understanding of which programs you need to invest time into learning. So all of that goes into that particular course. But be on the lookout. At the bottom here, you can't see it, but it says Get Class Updates. If you click on that, you'll get the email. See right here, it's hidden behind. Oh, my head is hiding it too. It's right here, Get Class Updates. If you click on that, it will give you a form that you can fill out. You'll be on our list so that you get updates when new classes drop, which, again, I'm supposed to drop the Photoshop one, but I was busy yesterday and I got to get out of here because we got to go see Wakanda Forever. But definitely check that out. And there's a lot of different classes. I have tons and tons of free videos as well. So if you you're not able to take the class, if you're able to kind of go through our content, if whatever you think of, put honestly speaking, SpINKing, and then whatever keywords, and it will let you know if I have a video. If you just do a keyword search, my video may not come up. But if you put honestly speaking and then your keywords, it should come up. Or if it's something for design, you're going to put in Silaholics Anonymous and then your keywords, and that video should pop up. I do have a lot of free content. I don't do a lot of playlists because, hey, I teach classes. Why would I make it easy for you by giving you a bunch of playlists? You're going to have to do the work yourself. But if you take my class, it's taking some of the guesswork out of it. All right. All right, I don't see any new questions posted. So that means this concludes Saturday School with Shakeya the Professor. Since there are no additional questions being posted, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. We went over a lot of different things in this one. I did like a little part where, goodbye, sir. I broke down, somewhat kind of gave a brief breakdown of DTF versus Eco Solvent versus white toner. I do have a video that's about Eco Solvent. It's called What the Hype. I'll probably do one, and kind of breaking, like kind of doing a comparison of them all, or give you guys information on it so it can help, help you make an educated decision on if you need to actually even purchase these machines. For all of these options, there are people who are already in it, and they're selling transfers. You can get screen print transfers. You can get DTF transfers. I know of a couple companies that have the white toner transfers. So if you want to try those out, because you may, you're looking at it, right? And they're saying, oh man, this is great. But if you've never put your hand to it, if you don't know what it's like to marry and then have to pull out of 45, like you have to literally remove that at a certain, like at a certain angle and putting pressure on it. If you don't understand about how it's going to feel on your shirt, the difference in doing a finishing paper or using a T-seal paper or using parchment paper, like there's different things to the white toner and how it feels on your shirt. There's differences in how you set your design up. Do you make it more of like kind of like a half tone where you really have like the little dots in it and they're very, very small? If you're up on it, you can see it, but it makes it to where it flows better versus it just being a solid toner print. There's so much, like it's so much. Like she said, you have to do a lot of research. And unfortunately, a lot of the YouTube videos gives you a lot of surface stuff that you'll jump into it thinking, yep, this is what I want. But when you get it, it's like, man, this ain't what I thought it was going to be. This is a little bit more work. My classes can be longer, but they're going to give you the information. If you listen to it, you write your notes, you take it all in and write out the pros and cons of each one. When I do sessions, it is truly going to help you make an educated decision on what you use next. Okay. You're very welcome. Thank you so much, Professor. Class was great as always. Enjoyed the movie. It's awesome. Gotta catch the replay. Had an appointment and missed some stuff. Sparky watch so I can find it later. Yes, because I answered your question. So I'm not sure if you heard it when I answered your question, but I kind of went through that to answer your question. Can't wait for you to sell white toner transfers. That take? So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not eager to sell white toner. Like it's a marrying process. So if it was to where you guys would be okay with, I'm going to print it out, I'm going to send it with the part B, and you are going to press it and do it, I'm all for it. Hey, here you go. You get to practice it. I really don't want to sit here and press it for the, 120 seconds or 200 and some odd seconds, and then you got to peel it and all that. I don't want the headache. So that's going to be on y'all. So do understand that when we get the white toner printer, when it comes to selling transfers, it's going to be, I'm going to print that bad boy out for you, and you're going to have to marry it. I won't be marrying it. She says, I can press the part B. Yeah. That's what y'all got to do that, because no ma'am, no ham. Not going to happen, Captain. That's just too much work. I need them for hard substrates, dark colored mugs. Yeah, that's what so see, you're with me, Danny. We don't need them for shirts. There's a lot of ways to make shirts. I want the white toner for dark colored mugs and wood, acrylic. Like I want it for stuff like that, and for foiling. Although you can do foiling with a regular laser printer as well, but I want it for foiling also. So yeah, that's why I'm getting a white toner. Checking in from Virginia. How art thou? She says, I swear you're my twin. I don't want the headache either. Like, I mean, a lot of people, don't get me wrong. there are some who make it work, and it's, it's a good business to do transfers. But for me, because I don't want that to be my main business, I don't plan to really advertise or like push that as much. It's like, if you know me, you know me, you can get it. It'll be on the website for people to purchase. But will I be doing like a lot of marketing about it? No, because it's just an extension of the business that we're going to be doing. So it's an additional stream of income. And I'll tell you right now, if it starts to get out of hand compared to my regular work, baby, I will shut that down in a heartbeat, because I'm not technically getting it. Like, every time you buy a machine, it doesn't have to be to where you are servicing other business owners by creating transfers. It is okay to get a DTF machine because you want your life to be easier and you want to be able to create transfers. Maybe the difference in like how the reason why I wanted the DTG, but I also want transfers. I can't lug my DTG printer everywhere with me. I may not want to always do pre-treats, for certain things. It will be easy. It will be a little bit faster for DTF. So because I want to do like a mobile shop, like to go and get the license to be able to vend at different games and things like that, I just want to be able to have in our mobile shop a heat press, maybe having like a sublimation printer for certain things. But for transfers, like if I know what the school is or what the team is and stuff like that, I don't want to always have to print out stuff. I can't take my DTG printer with me. So being able to print out transfers ahead of time is going to make it to where once I'm on site, all I have to do is just simply press that. And then I can do things like have pre-cut letters, or either like pre-printed DTF letters, so I can arrange them. I can have pre-printed numbers. Stalls has this pack where you can get screen printed letters and numbers, and you just have a bunch of them, and you can get them in different colors, and you can press on site. So like, someone comes in, they want their name on the back of a jersey, a shirt, and then you want to put a number, you pull the color, you press it, you line it up, call it a day. So I want that type of setup. So having the DTF option with my DTG printer is going to be great to be able to create those types of transfers. But I don't necessarily want to sell them. I'm going to make it work for my business to make my business easier. When I buy equipment, my first thought is, how is it going to improve my business and what I do for HS Ink Prints, not necessarily to create a stream of income where I am servicing others and I'm doing transfers. I have a client asking for them now, but I can't provide them yet. What, for the DTF transfers? Oh, you mean the colored mugs? Duh, you just said that. They want colored mugs. Yeah. But it's just mindset. We go into business for different reasons. You just have to really know what you're getting machines for, so that you don't feel like you've ever wasted money. Like, let's say you get it and you're thinking, yep, I'm going to be like everybody else. I'm going to sell all these transfers, and you have a harder time getting the audience and the clientele. You're going to feel like you wasted money. But if you have a backup plan for it, or let's say you get it to help just your business, and if it grows into a transfer business, fine, so be it. But if you go into it straight with, I want to do transfers, and you don't have an audience, there are some that's going to make it seem like it's really easy to get into transfers. But a lot of them sometimes already had a significant audience, or at least a startup audience, or they had a strong presence on social media, to where once they did things, it's like, okay, yep, and they're showing it. Oh, we'll do that. Oh, I can make it for you. I just got the machine. I can do transfers. And it organically grows into it. But it does start with having some type of audience when it comes to transfers, or you're going to have to be willing to do a lot of content to draw them in to build that audience. So don't think that just getting the machine is going to be all, sunshine and rainbows, and you're going to immediately start making money with transfers. That's just being very realistic. Okay. The movie is good. Bring tissue. Okay. A Marvel movie, I'm gonna need tissue. I didn't even cry in Endgame. Like when they snapped, everybody went away. I'm trying to think that actually no, I think I cried when Iron Man died. I think I'm trying to remember. But dang, I would need tissue for a Marvel movie. I don't like that. See, although I'm all for woman empowerment, as a as a Marvel fan and what I kind of normally expect and what I've seen people comment, I'm like, I'm going in it with high expectations, and everyone's saying, it's like it's girl power. But as a true fan of all things Marvel, I'll say that I'm very skeptical about how I will feel watching this movie, but I'm going in with an open mind and a love for Marvel and a love for Wakanda. But I don't know. Look here. I am a true Marvel fan. I do not leave until the lights come on, because there have been times where there have been 2 end credits. If you get up at the end when it goes off, you are not a true Marvel fan. You are there because of hype. But anybody who is a true Marvel fan knows that you do not get up. You sit there, you continue to sip on your drink. If you got ice, go ahead and chomp on your ice. Whatever little bit of popcorn you have left, you got a little bit of hot dog, finish your food. Leave some food for the end of the movie, because you're going to get end credits, which will lead to another movie. And I'm always trying to figure out when the next movie comes out, which one that went to. That's just me. And then I'ma still sit there because you might have 2. Lately, they've been hitting us with the wham bam and giving us 2. So I do not leave a Marvel movie until the lights come on and it goes off, because they might try and play with my emotions. Have the lights come up because they don't know no better. No, until it goes and it's black and my lights are on, I don't leave my seat. I am a true Marvel fan. She says, right? Yeah, like people who don't, like, they don't. The Woman King was awesome. Message me afterwards because we may be on the same page. Yeah, see? Right, you stay. Yes, true fans know. Me too. You miss so much by leaving as soon as the lights come on. Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna get me. I kind of sit there. I'll make sure they might get all spicy one day and want to give us 3 end credits. Because which one was it? I think it was in one of the Avengers ones where they had 2. It was Avengers, and it was there's a couple of them where they've had 2 end credits. So yeah, I'm trying to think, was it? No, I think Ant-Man had 2 as well. So yeah, I don't get up. I don't get up. All right, y'all, let me get up out of here. So that if for the last 15 minutes of work, I can send out these emails. Be on the lookout. But if you've taken any of my classes, if you have not been on your dashboard in a while, take this time so that you can get the link for the student union, where it's just like anyone that's taking any of my classes is going to be a place where you can go and you can ask questions. People always say, well, where do I post my question? That kind of gives you somewhere you can post any questions or post your results, post your work and things like that. So if you have not been to your dashboard lately, head over to your dashboard. I'm slowly copying the link in each course. I have a bunch of them, so I'm going through them, but like in the major ones, it's already there. So go check that. But I'm also going to be sending out an email. So make sure that we are not in your spam folder and you're actually getting our emails, because I'm going to also send it out through that for anyone that has actually purchased any type of class with me. You'll get access to the student union. I will be doing some exclusive live videos in there for certain things, and exclusive Q&As and stuff. So that's probably where a lot of my Q&As and things like that will live, is in the student union and or Ink Zone or 30-day training group. So I am a very traditional person when it comes to Black Friday. Black Friday was never really about internet sales. So we will have some deals for ink and paper. For those who are VIPs, we have gone through those who have done a lot of business with us. You guys are going to get some exclusive codes that are going to be emailed to you because my Klaviyo tells me automatically who is a VIP based on our threshold. So you guys will get some Black Friday deals based off of how much you have shopped with us. And if you're in the South Florida area, you will be able to come by. We are actually going to start a little bit later because we know that y'all are probably going to be out shopping at the big stores. So there will be some great deals for those who are in the South Florida area, and you're able to come by because Black Friday traditionally is to get people in store. It is for those with brick and mortars. And Cyber Monday was meant for the rest of the kind of like Small Business Saturday. Those I know now, we've gotten into like an age of everything is like digital, everything is on the web, but I'm still kind of a traditional gal with that. So the best deals will be for those who are in the South Florida area can actually come in. But I do put my classes on sale for that whole holiday like sales week or whatever. So classes will be on sale. I forget what the date it starts on. And we will have the same kind of thing that we had last year, where if you don't need any ink and paper, you would purchase a specific gift card, and that will be good for the sale price up to 3 months. So we will have that coming back again, and we will have some deals on Cyber Monday also. But yeah, the VIP list will have first crack, and you're going to have some amazing discount codes based off of that. And then classes will be on sale. And if you're in the South Florida area, you know somebody that's here, you might want to call them, tell them to come pick your stuff up because we're going to announce that really soon if you're coming in-house or for local pickups. And Cyber Monday. So yeah. All right. Yeah, the in-game had 2. Yep. Guardians was 2. My husband does non-spoiler reviews and tie the movies together. Really? Thank you. Yes. MJ wants to do, we'll probably try. We tried it. We wanted to do it last year for Christmas when they were home for 2 weeks. Because y'all know, if you don't know, I take a break. When my kids are out of school for Christmas, I take a break. I spend time with them. I do the New Year's. I come back and do something for New Year's. And of course, I'll do my days for 25 days of Craftmas, but I shut down. There are no classes. There are no lives, like teaching lives. If I'm bored, I might come on and just kind of shoot the breeze, but I try to like spend time. And last year we wanted to do it. So hopefully this year we can. We really wanted to go through the list and like go through as many of the movies in order over those 2 weeks. So hopefully we'll be able to do that and start it, at least start it during their Christmas break. She says, I hope I'm on the VIP list. From classes alone, Danny, I think you're on the VIP list. I didn't even know about products, but for classes alone, you're definitely on there. So I know that. So probably for classes alone. So yeah. And also let me know what you guys. So I'm on the fence. I'm going to put this out here. I'm going to put a poll. I am strongly considering this ultimate deal that will give you access to any and every class, seminar, workshop, no matter how many days it is. I'm debating on whether I want to do just a quarterly one. So for 3 months, if I want to do a 6-month, I know I won't do a year one. I most likely won't do a year one. But for any classes that I do for 3 to 6 months, so quarterly or for 6 months, so for 2 quarters, I'm strongly considering this like one-time fee, and you'll be put in this. So like whenever I do my classes, like several people who have won lifetime access, they go in like a specific group. And every time I drop a class, I go to them, I click on their names, and I just add them to it. And it'll pretty much be the same thing. Is how I'm going to do that. So I'm strongly considering that where you would have access. Doesn't matter if it's a sublimation class, a silhouette class, a business class, a foam board class, a print and cut class, whatever it is, you will literally have access to all the things for one price. But I'm still thinking about it. So yeah. All right. So let me get out of here so I can spend 10 minutes sending out emails. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. And I can say, I actually had this on just for marketing purposes, but I actually have a dress on under here. And this is actually hot under these lights because I wanted to market. But yeah, I'm going out of here. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Don't forget about the sublimation, the Photoshop. So if you would like a beginner to Photoshop, if you want to see if you even need to invest time, this is a great opportunity to at least see what Photoshop does before you invest in paying for that every single month, or if you pay for it annually, or before you go and invest in a really large class and a high ticket class. If you just kind of want to see some of the things, like one of the major things people in the sublimation realm of things want to use it for is like image editing, blurring out the bottom of things, and the image effects. So if you're interested in that, this class on Monday and Tuesday is going to be perfect because you're getting a 2-day class for the price of one, because it is more of a it's like almost like a lead magnet. It's just almost like a discovery call. It's for you guys to see, one, if you like my teaching style, if you've never taken a class from me, it gets you in at a really low ticket cost. And you get to kind of see if you really want to invest in Photoshop. Is it worth it to, like, if you can do everything that you need to do, like right now, I say everything, but like the majority of things you need to do in Silhouette Studio, or even if you're using Canva, or if you're combining it with like PixArt, do you really need Photoshop? It's going to be great for that. It's $23.65. I think it's well worth it for you guys to join just to see what Photoshop has to offer and the teaching style of the professor. And it gets you in the student union. So you can always get other free content in the group if you take a class and you get to join the student union. So consider that as well on the website shop.hsink365.com. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.